I'm outside the Esquire Theater in Denver, 25 degrees on a snowy night in Denver. Just watched the masterpiece, the incredible, the fantastic, The Thing by Mr. John Carpenter, 1982. Yeah, there was an original The Thing from the 50s with James Arness, Howard Hawks production. Not a bad movie. Very, very tame when you compare it to John Carpenter's just incredible drama of terror, science fiction, horror, incredible special effects. Blows away most movies today. This new movie, The Matrix, it totally sucked. It couldn't even hold the jockstrap of the thing. Just a horrible representation of CGI down your throat. Cursing. The cursing in The Thing sounds authentic. Sounds like people really swearing when it kind of was needed to be said, these kind of words. They just overdid it in The Matrix. I don't even want to compare these movies. Can't even compare The Matrix to The Thing. But I just want to say, this holds up as probably the best terrifying horror science fiction film. And if you can accept, with your suspending your disbelief, accept the premise, alien life forms landed on Earth, perhaps thousands of years ago, they surmise. But now, frozen for all these years, this alien life form has now come to life when humans have ventured into its area. And it starts it has the ability to take over the bodies of different life forms, organisms, such as animals or human beings. And it can replicate the humans, but it doesn't always do such a great job, because in the process, things get all kind of convoluted and twisted, and we see these grotesque images, these shapes and contortions of human faces that, you know, it takes it way beyond Ridley Scott's Alien and Aliens. But there's a lot of imagery that reminded me a little bit of that film. It probably influenced Carpenter a little bit, I'm sure. But we see creatures that are just horrific, that could actually leave an imprint in your brain to create nightmares if you were a sensitive type person. So I caution you, this is not for the squeamish or the faint-hearted. This is a film, The Thing, that really demands to be seen on a big screen. I mean, it begs to be seen on the big screen. Why is this? Because basically, folks, it's a very, very dark movie. The whole second hour of the film pretty much takes place at night. And even indoors, we see just tremendous shots, cinematic shots. John Carpenter, this man ought to have won some Academy Awards. You know, the cinematography is just incredible. And so many of the shots are very artistic. You know, capturing someone's breath, just breathing out lots of the vapors when it's really cold outside, sub-zero, 20, 30 below zero. And they're going through this intense experience of trying to find out where this creature is throughout the movie. It's like a maze, a chase thing where they're chasing after it. It jumps from body to body, so it takes place of some of the crew members. It's an American expedition force in Antarctica in 1982. And they suddenly encounter this thing after it's devastated a Finnish encampment of Finland people. And basically, the plot is fairly simple, straightforward. It's just really this jumping around from person to person and them finding it. But even though it's at nighttime, we get plenty of fireworks, torches, flamethrowers, and organic explosions. Yes, organic. No CGI here. The crew and Carpenter must have just relished these explosions, getting to set off these massive fireballs in the sky, just unleashed the power. It's a loud movie at times. The dialogue is very fast-paced. It's not a woman's movie. In fact, there's not one woman in the movie. None. All men. And men who are living out on the fringe in a basically claustrophobic environment. In Antarctica, think about it. It's basically shot in Juneau, Alaska and British Columbia. But you can imagine that very easily they're in Antarctica. The film unfolds before your eyes in a way just like no other movie I can even compare it to, that has this much drama and build up and suspense. A fantastic score also by Ennio Morricone, who just passed away in recent years, and John Carpenter himself. who's also gone, but was a wonderful, wonderful director of this genre of film, sci-fi and horror. He was just a master. I love John Carpenter films. He made so many great ones, of course, including They Live, Escape from New York, The Fog, so many others. But don't miss The Thing. If you get a chance to see it on a big screen, it makes all the difference. I'm not saying you couldn't enjoy it at home, but there is something more compelling seeing it with an audience and hearing their reaction of, ah, ah, you know, shrieking at some of the scenes that were just absolutely horrifying images. And again, there was some animation in the film, of course, a little bit of animation, mostly special effects, when special effects really were special effects, not CGI, which I personally despise CGI. I really do. I really don't like it. And that's all you see in films today, in action adventure movies. It's pretty much all you see is CGI down your throat. But these are really well-crafted special effects, creatures that will just blow your mind, gonna make an imprint on you. You'll want to see the movie again. This is likely the 5th or 6th time I've seen the movie. Only the 2nd time I've seen it on a big screen. I saw it upon its release in 1982, and 40 years later, I got to see it again with about 15 or 20 people in the audience. Enjoyed my popcorn and my water and my snacks, and I'll just give you again the biggest thumbs up ever for The Thing. If you're not going to find it on your local big screen theater, then get the DVD, get the Blu-ray, watch it on the biggest screen you can, 55-inch, 75-inch, even better, with the biggest sound system and speakers you can. Crank it up, because The Thing is going to blow your mind.